What's going on, guys? It's Adam from Beyond the Grid. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, let's get into teaching you guys how to edit Lightroom mobile tutorials. I got a selection of tutorials if you guys are looking on different ways of editing your Instagram or any of your photos. But in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys specifically on the Lightroom mobile app how to edit a new theme that I'm calling black tones, where you can take a photo like this and turn it into something like this. Let's get started. But if you close your eyes. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this, it's gonna be super simple and we're gonna be using the Lightroom mobile app. So pop into your app real quick and have a photo loaded. And what we're gonna start with is the light panel. So it's the little sunlight there. We're gonna bring up your exposure a little bit. Let's say plus 0.70. Then our contrast, we're gonna bump that up because we really want it contrasty. I don't even know if that's a word. And then our highlights, we're gonna raise this to plus 19. Our shadows, we're gonna bring those right out. And that's because we brought up the contrast. So we can actually lose some of the shadows because our contrast is up. Our whites, we're gonna drop that right off to 100. And then our blacks, we're gonna raise those to about plus 40. We're gonna come back and touch the curves afterwards. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to the color area. And then we're gonna start to adjust this. So what we're gonna do is our vibrancy, we're gonna drop that to, let's say, minus 36. Then our saturation, bring that down to a minus 18. We're gonna leave our temperature and tint, and you guys might have to adjust that based off of your photo. So just play with that afterwards a little bit. Then we're gonna come down to our texture. We're gonna bring up our texture a little bit. Our clarity, let's raise that to a plus 20. Our dehaze, we're gonna bring this up. So let's say plus 40. Our vignetting, we're not gonna really touch, and our split toning we'll come back for. So let's go back over to light, and let's go to our curve panel. And what we're gonna start with is just our basic all over curve. So you can click on this one here, the little 3 colors. We're gonna add 2 little dots. So one right here, bring that down a little bit, and one right there. And then let's actually raise this one up a little bit. There we go. Then we're gonna go over to our reds, and we're gonna start really playing with these ones. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring this up just a tiny bit like that. Then our blues, or sorry, our greens, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna raise that up just a little, let's go down a little bit. Just barely, if you notice that I barely touched that one, okay? Our blues, we're gonna leave that where it is. We're gonna click done. And then we're gonna come back over to our colors. We're gonna go over to our mix, and that's where we're gonna really play with things. So our red, we're gonna leave our hue. Our saturation, we're gonna bring that up to plus 17. Our luminancy, we're gonna drop that down to minus 9. Then we're gonna go over to our orange. We're gonna go hue minus 10. So you can actually just double click next to where on the side of the little circle thing, and it'll actually go by 5s. Then our saturation, we're gonna double click there, plus 10. Then we're gonna go over to our yellows. We're gonna bring our saturation right off. We're gonna go to a minus 100. Our saturation, we're gonna go to minus 73. Looks pretty good. 72. Then we're gonna go over to our luminancy, leave that actually. We're gonna go over to our greens. We're gonna drop our saturation. Say right there, minus 74. We're gonna leave our luminancy. Then we're gonna go over to our aquas. We're gonna bring that right up to our hues, our saturation, bring that down. Let's say right there. Our luminancy, let's bring that down. Let's say minus 20. Then our blues, saturation, down. Let's say right about there. Our luminancy, let's go down, let's say minus 20. Then our purples, we're gonna bring our saturation right down. Say minus 93. We'll leave our hues and saturation, or hues and luminancy there, and then we'll go over to our magentas. We'll drop our saturation right off there. Click done. Then we're gonna come back over to the little box. We're gonna go to our split tones. And our highlights, what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose, say 210, and let's go with just a little bit in there. Let's go 5%. So 214, 5%. And then our top, we're gonna go a little bit further. Sorry, our shadows, we're gonna go a little bit further. Let's say 220. And let's go a little bit higher percentage, let's say there. So 219 and 10%. Click done there. Then we're gonna come back down to here. We're gonna go sharpening. And again, if you're sliding your sharpening, you can actually hold on the screen and kind of see what you're gonna be sharpening. And then if you go mask, slide it while you're sliding it around, press on your screen, you can actually see what you're gonna be editing. So that looks pretty good like that. Let's go back up to our light for a second. Let's go back over to our curves. Let's go to our red. We're actually gonna bring this down just a little bit right there. So as you guys can see, let's show you a quick before and a quick after. And honestly, that's it. So it looks pretty good. So now let's say you guys want to use this same preset on a different photo. Let me show you how to save it. So you're going to go up to the top right hand corner over here, and you're going to see these three little dots. So what you're going to do is you're going to click those. You're going to click create preset, and you're going to name it. So let's call it BT free, because this is the one I'm going to be giving you guys if you guys click the link down below, and then click done, click the little check mark, and it's saved. So now what you can do is you can go to another photo, you can scroll over to this little three little weird dots. I don't even know how to say that. You're gonna scroll over to BT free, where is it? There you go. And you're gonna click on it, and now you have the preset and you have it applied. Now let's say you guys don't really like that look and you guys wanna get a different look. Well, I've got a collection of 15 of these black tone presets that you guys can grab, and I'll link down below those. And what you can do is you can actually select a different one based off of how the photo is going to look and kind of what you want it to look like. So as you can see, I'm just scrolling through these. I'll select one that I think looks good, and I will go with that. So let's say, you know what? BT2 looks pretty good. Now let's say I click the check mark so it applies it. And let's say I go to a different photo. So this one here, again, click on that, scroll down to your BTs, and you can just select which one you like based off of what it looks like. There you go, BT2 looks pretty good. Let's go 6, 7. Actually, you know what? I like 7. No, you know what? I like 13. So that looks way better. So let's look at a before and an after. Now let's go over to this guy. Let's see what we can do with this one. So BT. There you go. 2 looks pretty good. I think 8 looks the best with that one. So again, you got your before and you got your after. Now let's say you want a little bit of the orange to kind of pop in there. So what you can do is you can actually go over to your color, go to your mix, go to your orange, and raise the saturation, and you'll actually get a little bit more orange come out of that in that photo. So there's your before and there's your after. Let me show you one more real quickly. So click done. Go down to your 3 little circle things or your little half circles or whatever those things are. They're wherever your presets are loaded. And let's start with, let's go with 15 to start with. 15 doesn't look bad. It's a little bit purple. There you go. 9 looks the best. So there's your before and there's your after. So as you guys can see, by having multiple presets, it's actually going to work to your advantage and save you time, because all you have to do now is bring in one of the photos, apply one of the 15 presets, and find whichever one looks best to you, save it and send it to Instagram, and you're done. Instead of having to do a bunch of editing, it's literally going to change it to a one-click option, and you're going to keep this theme consistent across all of your photos. So if you want to pick up that 15 preset collection, I will link it down below. I'm also going to link that free one down below if you guys want to check that one out as well. Well, that's really it from me. All you got to do now is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, maybe follow me on Instagram, and that's really it. Until next time, take care, everybody.